There's no place in the world that offers a second chance, not unless it's called Las Vegas. But even there, the house always wins. Still, here we are today because sometimes life gives you lemons, so you find a good bartender and make yourself a drink. So how about this? Let's go to Italy, shall we? We'll have some pasta, talk about families, and of course get whacked a couple of times. What did I say about Las Vegas? Our story begins with someone who isn't a mobster yet. Doesn't know it, but he will be soon enough. And his name is Luca. Luca was born into an Italian family where everyone loves each other very much. That's not true. They don't. In fact, they hate each other's guts. It's like every Godfather movie ever. When Luca's dad kicks the bucket, it's up to him to take over the family business. Lucky for him, he's actually pretty good at it. He takes the company to the next level, raking in money like nobody's business. No wonder he feels invincible. And then the feds come knocking, accusing him of shady dealings. I can't say I didn't warn you. Luca's arrested and sent to jail, but after 5 years, he's sprung. Life could be sweeter, though. To make things worse, his family's been wiped out by a rival gang. And this guy's got nothing left now, so he heads to the States. He's gonna start a new life here, one without all the old baggage. Well, except for the duffel bag full of cash stuffed under his prison jumpsuit, which happens to be a great idea since getting arrested again is always a possibility. And boy, does that happen.
What?
The cops catch him with the goods, but they let him off with a warning. That's because there's a mole in the police department, and guess who's the mole? Famous actor? He looks like Kevin Costner, but it's actually William Baldwin. He's the mole. Luca finds out quickly who leaked the info, and decides to pay them a little visit. As you do, Luca warns him to keep his mouth shut if he knows what's good for him. Then he goes back to Italy. He needs to fix the problems he left behind. Now, he had a lot of enemies back home, but thankfully he made some friends while locked up. See, prison can either make you or break you. In this case, it made you. Luca has rounded up a gang of misfits who are eager to do whatever he says. And he's got a plan to take down the rival family once and for all. It's just one problem after another, but Luca handles everything with ease. But you know, it's never easy being a mobster. Even when things seem to be going well, it just takes one slip-up to set you back. While paying a visit to an old friend, he runs into some familiar faces. Not literally, but figuratively.
Yes.
The cops from the States? Guess what? They're looking for him. Maybe it's all in Luca's head, but he sees those cops everywhere. He doesn't know it yet, but there's a reason why they won't leave him alone. We'll tell you that right after. Alright, so it turns out William Baldwin spilled the beans to the FBI about the missing mafiosos. In fact, he's working with them the whole time. But why? Well, because he owes the feds a huge favor. You see, William Baldwin wasn't always a straight-edge kind of guy. Back in the day, he broke the law a few times, but the only way he avoided jail time was because of his acting career. The feds cut him a deal. If he helped them take down the Italian mob, they wouldn't press charges. So here we are. Luca's being chased by the cops while trying to smuggle weapons into the country. But luckily, he's got the help of a cute waitress. She's really into him and willing to risk it all just to help him out. It's love at first sight, although maybe not for her. He totally falls for her, though, and asks her to marry him, but she turns him down flat. Yeah, she's not that kind of girl, especially not when there's a gun involved. But hey, he's persistent. And after a little arm twisting, she agrees to say yes. He may be a wanted criminal, but a guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. Plus, he really likes this girl. The wedding goes off without a hitch, which is more than we can say about the rest of the movie. Things go south pretty fast. First, the bride's sister gets whacked in front of everyone, and the cops show up and ruin the party. Now Luca's got two problems. He still has to take care of the rival family and somehow escape the cops. So he grabs his wife and heads to the hills. He just wants to lay low for a while, but the cops won't let him. They're hot on his trail and determined to put him behind bars for good. Now, before we move on, we need to clarify something. The title of this movie is Mafia, his past knocked. But honestly, we think it should have been called Mafia, his future knocked. Because from the moment he arrives in Italy, everything goes wrong. Everything. And we mean everything. Can't even get a decent cup of coffee. Back in the States, William Baldwin's fed up with this whole double life thing. He's tired of living in fear and just wants to be done with it. But the mob boss ain't finished with him yet. He sends his men to pay Mr. Baldwin a little visit, but they don't find him. Instead, they find his brother Billy. And let us tell you, that was not a fun conversation. Meanwhile, Luca's hiding out in a small town trying to lay low. He thinks he's finally safe from the cops and the mob, but he couldn't be more wrong. The feds show up and tell him they know who he is. They'll offer him a deal, but he turns it down. He's not going to jail, not ever. So he grabs his shotgun and heads to the hills. I mean mountains, actually. The hills were a little too crowded. Luca makes it to a farmhouse and hides out there. Thinks he's finally safe. But then his wife shows up and ruins everything. Again, she just can't help herself. While Luca's hiding in the farmhouse, his friends are taking care of business. They're waging war against the rival family, and it's getting bloody. Men are dropping like flies, and Luca's got to do something. He can't just hide forever. Eventually the cops will catch up with him. And besides, he's got a score to settle. So he comes up with a plan to lure out the mob boss. He sends a message to his rival, basically saying, "Meet me at this abandoned villa, and we'll settle this like men." The mob boss takes the bait and shows up, but he's not alone. He's brought back up. It's because he knows Luca's got friends in high places. So the feds are watching this whole thing unfold, and they're ready to pounce. When the mob boss makes his move, the cops jump him and his men, and it's over just like that. As for Luca, he makes a run for it, but he's not fast enough. The feds grab him too. In the end, everyone's behind bars. Even the cute waitress ended up in jail. Turns out she was in too deep. But hey, maybe prison won't be so bad for her. She might find a nice Italian husband who loves her dearly. Or maybe she'll become a mobster herself. Hey, anything's possible.